What's up guys, how's it going? So it's been a while since my last video. So this video, it might look different than Minecraft, and that's because it's a totally different game. This is called TUNG, or the Ultimate Nerd Game, as you can see here. So the idea here is you get some gates, so if I press C, see my hotbar here, so we have, we'll start with the peg, place a peg, an inverter, a blotter, which is like a diode, but it's, you know, one tick, a delay, which adds, I don't know how many ticks, but some ticks of delay, switch, button, a pulse, panel switch allows you to go through like that, panel button, same thing, noisemaker is like a note block, a mount allows you to put like shit on it, snapping peg for like copying and pasting, so that when you put one cell next to the other, they just snap together through that peg. Through blotter allows you to go through like that, like a diode. Through peg allows like a peg just through it. A display, a panel display, which allows you to, like, if you'll see those in a second. A color display, which gets you 3 inputs, and each input can be on or off, so you get 7 or 8 different colors you can display on that. Panel color display, same thing, but you know, in a panel label, and then like a panel label, and then you have some mod stuff that I installed. So there's like that's an AND gate, and if I scroll through them, then we have a D-latch, an edge detector, what is this? File reader, key button, NAND gate, OR gate, T flip-flop, and through inverter. So, oh, the through inverter, that's neat. Okay, so for instance, what you can see going on here is this is actually an 8-bit CLE. This carry look everywhere, and you know, it's like obviously Minecraft optimized because of the instant diodes, and so like it's obviously not optimal for a game like this, but you know, it's just like how it's just like look ahead adders that people from Minecraft know how to build, you know, so we're gonna stick to our ways. And so yeah, this is that carry tower thing that you'd have in Minecraft, and basically here's your input XORs, and then here's your output XORs. So I'm doing 5 plus 3 right now, so I don't have all the inputs hooked up because I didn't care, because I know the whole thing would work once I did a little bit here. Plus it's just a demonstration. So like let's do all ones like that. So you see we have a 7, and then if I flip carry-on, instant, or simultaneous, I guess I should say, simultaneously we get an 8. Whoops. So let's do the stereotypical 3 plus 5, which would be, let's clear all these. So we're gonna put a 5 here, the 3 here, like that. We get 8, we can OR it, get 7, we can XNOR, which gets us the inverse of 6. And if we do both, we get NOR, which would then be the opposite of OR. Very nice. So, yep, this is CLE adder. But what's nice here is, you can see I can run different tick rates here. So this game, there's no limit to really what you can put in the tick rate, other than when will your computer crash and like stop running the game. But it's also very hard to see how things are working when it's at that high of a tick rate. So sometimes you want to lower it to like 10 so you can see what's going on. And you're like, yeah, this is working. I'm going to boost it. So now I'm going to show you a circuit that runs on a clock. So if I go to menu, load game, yeah, we're gonna load fuck you, because this game is very picky and you can accidentally delete your, you should not build the same way I do. Like, yeah, you can place a floorboard like this, but then whenever you start building a circuit, place a board on top of that to build your circuits on. Don't just build directly on the floor, trust me. But anyway, so this here is a counter, so I can input like whatever, or I can just let it count. Cool, so it's counting. But this isn't just a ripple carry counter, obviously. It was synchronous. It's synchronous when it rolls over to the next digit versus turning off all the other bits before it. And so now we can really see TUNG's customizability with the tick rate when you install the mod that allows you to do this. you know, let's do 1,000. I'll show you what 1,000 looks like. Alright, so now it's really only 4, 5, or it's yeah, it's bit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which are visible as they change, but the other ones are really too quick. And now as we increase the speed that this will go at, they become less and less visible to read what's going on down here. It doesn't mean it's not working, because obviously the rest is counting properly how binary would count. So obviously the stuff before is kind of working to toggle those ones in the correct order. It's just that these lamps are updating too quick, and I guess you can kind of get like a semi color, like you kind of get halfway between gray and yellow. If you were trying to make some displays with more colors, maybe you could flash between two different ones and try to simulate a third color. But yeah, so let me turn off this clock, and then we could increment through this, you know, still by hand. So I haven't added a reset to this yet, which is possible to do. It's actually really easy to do. The other thing I have to do is add the branch enable. But for now, let me just show you how it counts. So the green is a D flip-flop, and the input is this red pin, which is true right now, and the output is this nub. So the pins are inputs and the nubs are outputs on basically everything. So then the output goes to, you know, the output, and then it also goes to this little inverter down here, and then that inverter inverts the output of the D flip-flop and sends it up here, which then brings it back to the input, because you couldn't just route that pin right to there. So right there, what that's doing is that's a T flip-flop. When you take an inverter and you take when you take a D flip-flop and you hook up an inverter to the output and feed the output of the inverter back to the input of the D flip-flop, and you clock it, that'll toggle as long as, you know, the delay of that loop is you know, shorter or longer than, you know, your pulse length. So your pulse length has to be quick. Anyway, so then what I do is it's just a bunch of those hooked up like that. The output, the inverted output, also comes up here through pegs like this up to these things called blotters, which is like a diode. But anything connected here won't be allowed to travel like that. It's only signal coming out, which will go down each one. Signal's not allowed to come back either way, like that through this. So that's why you need these blotters like this. So that allows you to do carry logic for, you know, how you would build it in Minecraft. You would just use a carry wire, a diode slab tower, where then you don't need all these wires. It's literally one going to each one. But when you're not afforded those tools, you have to do it like this. And then over here you can see, so I need to control the clock going into the T flip-flop for each one, and that the control comes from this carry stack like this, which comes from here. So basically the clock comes in here and gets double inverted, so I have a control bit in the middle where I can choose to either allow that signal to go through or not allow it to go through. And yeah, that's basically the whole synchronous counter. And then the way the carry logic works is like on bit 0, it's got to go to bit 1, 2, 3, it's got to go to all of them. On bit 2, it can't go to bit 1, or sorry, on bit 0, it's got to go to 1, 2, 3. On bit 1, it can't go to bit 1 itself, it's got to go to bit 1, 2, 3, 4. On bit 2, it's got to go 3, 4, 5. On bit 3, it's got to go 4, 5, 6. You know. And then that's why there's nothing here going to that one. So I guess if you're trying to build a large one of these, not really a good idea, I guess. You can't really stack this in any sort of way. You gotta have to, if you want like a 32-bit counter, you're gonna have to do this and then wire up 32 different wires like this. But it's not impossible, but it's not fun. But with how quick you can count up in this game, and with how quick you can run clocks and stuff, like, you know, I'm just messing around, getting started now, building some components before I start building like the CPU. And yeah, I'm working with somebody else on that, so there's going to be a lot of content coming up in this game. So I hope you guys like it. And yeah, this is, like I said, this is just a counter. I'm going to be adding branching and stuff like that soon, so yeah, stick around.